Welcome back to In the Spotlight. This segment is about Bill Maher and him taking on the cancel culture yet again. Kathleen, could you give us the setup for this clip you're about to hear?
Sure. Well, Lin Manuel Miranda, who is the producer, of course, of Hamilton and In the Heights, got called out by the cancel culture again because he didn't cast, he cast minorities in the Heights, but not the right kind of minorities, according to the woke mob. So he had to apologize for a second time because, of course, last summer he had to apologize to the woke mob because Hamilton, which was about the Declaration of Independence and the founding of the country, didn't go far enough into slavery.
Isn't this the same production that basically when Pence was in the audience,
Yes.
people booed him
That
and
was
that
Hamilton.
wasn't woke enough?
That was
Yeah, I know
Hamilton,
that was Hamilton.
which is
but
what
that
he
was,
apologized for last
Yeah,
summer. Yeah.
yeah. So, but he didn't
This is the
apologize
same
to
producer.
Pence.
No.
He apologized for
No, and in fact, Mike Pence said that is freedom. This is freedom.
that's exactly
Yeah.
right. But I mean, and so now he's again not woke enough, apparently.
Right.
Okay,
He'll never
well,
be woke enough.
let's listen to the clip.
Yeah.
I was reading also about Lin Manuel Miranda this week, he of Hamilton fame, and won a Pulitzer Prize for it. He's got a new musical, The Heights, which is about Washington Heights. I know that neighborhood. My father parked in it every day of his life, going to New York, coming over from New Jersey, and then taking the subway down to Midtown. And he wrote the music and lyrics. His parents are Puerto Rican, came to this country from Puerto Rico. The book is by someone who's half Puerto Rican. It got 96% Rotten Tomatoes. People loved it. Great reviews, for which he has apologized profusely. Why? Well, there's Latinx performers, one black lead, but no Afro-Latinx. The committee that makes note of everyone's skin tone discovered this, and then Lin Manuel Miranda had to say, I'm truly sorry. I'm learning from the feedback. I thank you for raising it, and I'm listening. I promise to do better in my future projects. This is what I was talking about with Nikki. Please stop the apologizing. You're the guy who made the founding fathers black and Hispanic. I don't think you have to apologize to Twitter. For sake. This is why people hate Democrats. It's cringy.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of reasons to hate Democrats, especially for their policies. I prefer to hate them over that than personalities. But I mean, honestly, it is true. The Democrats are getting a terrible name for the cancel culture, for the wokeness that they've viewed. You see around the suburbs right now, all the wokeness going on at schools. People are mad about it. And Bill Maher, back in March, said this: it used to be the school would be afraid of what the parent thought. Now the parent is afraid of going against what they're teaching in school, even when they don't agree with it. Yeah. So Bill Maher is really, he's not to my liking all the time, but sometimes he does hit it right.
You're right.
He's absolutely right on this cancel culture and the wokeness.
Well, and I want to just bring up two things here on this. One, Clifton Duncan, who is, he's a Broadway actor, he tweeted out in reaction to this, arts and entertainment are done. They've been conquered by entitled, mediocre, overly sensitive wannabe activists. So Bill Maher's not alone in feeling this way, who've deluded themselves into thinking their passion for pursuing socio-political change can deflect attention from their shallowness and lack of ability. And then he goes on. It's quite a long Twitter rant. But I think he's right. And I think that slowly people are going, you know what? Cancel culture is going to come for all of us one day if we don't stand up to it. And the problem with Lin Manuel Miranda is that he enables it. I think he's
by apologizing
I think he's earnest.
for it.
I think he's well intentioned. But James Lindsay, who was the author of Cynical Theories, was on Dave Rubin, and he calls these people crypto woke, and I had to look up the definition of that, and it's claims not to be woke but never mounts an effective defense against wokeness while undercutting it, and believes it's only the right thing to do if the right person is. So they're not in on the scam. They think they're outside of it, but they're really enabling it. And he said, this is what Lin Manuel Miranda, I think, is falling into being, even if he doesn't intend to be. The people rationalizing this kind of stuff are the new useful idiots. They make this very radical ideology seem safe and acceptable to normal people who read New York Magazine or New York Times or The Atlantic. Some do it willingly, and they are genuinely crypto woke. Others just do it not realizing what they're doing. I think the mentality is that they can't really mean what like critical race theory says, or what we think we're saying they're saying, that it's Marxism. I can read a piece where critical race theory calls into questions the very foundations of liberal order, including equality theory, legal reasoning, Enlightenment rationalism, and the neutral principles of constitutional law, which is the first paragraph of CRT, by the way, and they'll seize on it and just say, well, it just calls into question. They can't really mean this. They're well-intentioned. Like, they do not believe that they don't see that people are, they can't believe that there are people who think outside the classically liberal paradigm, who genuinely want to subvert or overthrow the paradigm to put in something different that they control. They just genuinely can't believe that it could happen here.
Well, they've
And
allowed it to
can't.
happen, and I hope they do get canceled to some degree. Honestly, only culture is upstream from
But
politics.
well, he's enabled it because
So-
he jumps through their increasingly smaller hoops.
Well, you know, whatever. I mean, there are actual people that are standing up against
Yeah.
the cancel culture. I can't remember the host of the Oscars who basically mocked everybody.
Oh, yeah,
about
Ricky
the cancel.
Gervais.
Yes,
Yeah,
he was,
that was phenomenal.
fabulous.
Yeah.
I mean,
Needed
that
to
would
happen.
talk about a takedown. It was great, but we need more of that because we have to because that is what America's about.
Sure.
It's about allowing people to have their separate views and.
Well, you saw like Jon Stewart on Stephen Colbert.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Taking Back comedy, which was,
It's not funny anymore, though.
Right.
Saturday Night Live's not funny anymore.
No, none of it is,
None of it.
because what's funny is taking down the big, like taking shots at the man and taking down the big guy, and now everyone's trying to comply. All
I mean,
these
you
comedians.
probably cannot do a lot of the Johnny Carson skits anymore.
For sure.
Otherwise,
For sure.
that would be totally,
Yeah.
not allowed. So, I mean,
Right.
this is a problem, but it's one that they've created. And, we like our sports figures. We like our pop stars. We like our actors. People gravitate to them. But increasingly, we got to warn our children that, you know what, they're acting. They're acting a role to
Right.
some degree. This is how they make their money. This is their persona. But only they are going to be able to stop this, in my opinion. They got to be strong here, and we need more people to speak up.
Definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.